Hey everybody, it's your best pup Retro coming at you here on YouTube. Apologies for the gap in content, but this pup has had a new day job and it's been keeping me quite busy. But there's one game that has brought me back to YouTube, and that game is Deadzone Rogue on Nintendo Switch 2, and that is what we're here to talk about today. Let's get into it. Bleh. Wow. That's all I can really say about Deadzone Rogue. From the first moment I played it, I was hooked. The aesthetic, the lighting, the sound, the gunplay. Everything hit so right with me, and today, I'm here to tell you my thoughts on my newest obsession, Deadzone Rogue. Also, please remember to like, share, and subscribe to get all my newest content when it drops. I greatly appreciate you checking out my videos. Let's get back to it. Developed in 2025 by Prophecy Games and initially released on Steam, PS5, and the Xbox Series consoles, the Nintendo Switch 2 port was announced at the last Indie World Showcase and released on March 17, 2026. Priced at $24.99 USD for the Standard Edition and $44.99 USD for the Deluxe Edition, the game has hours of content to sink your roots into. Deadzone Rogue is a procedurally generated roguelike first-person shooter featuring addictive combat loops that keep you coming back for run after run. Battling through 4 main story zones, you'll collect new weapons and upgrades while blasting through varied enemy types including robots and powerful biomechanical creatures. Live or die, you still gain progress towards your tech masteries and superior items as you grind through the 5 levels of difficulty and 4 space station zones, each with increasing enemy hordes. Each zone also features a selection of side missions and challenges to add more variety to the game, including melee-only opponents or a higher concentration of mini-boss spawns. Normally, I'm not one for roguelite or roguelike games, but Deadzone Rogue has completely changed that for me. I prefer games that are cooperative over PvP, and it's a breath of fresh air to have PvE co-op combat online with a friend on Nintendo Switch 2. A mix of Diablo, Doom, and Duke Nukem, Deadzone Rogue gives you ample items to collect on every level and weapons and gear to upgrade. Completing a zone is rewarding, and there's still motivation to play again after each trip to the void. Hey, at least there's always plenty. Deadzone Rogue has a lot of packed-in features like mouse support, peer-to-peer matchmaking, plenty of accessibility toggles, and 2 video modes consisting of a 30 FPS consistent mode and a responsive 40 FPS mode, which targets higher frame rates and for the most part hits it. It does have some slowdown at times, but nothing too egregious. The game also features full PC and console crossplay to pad out player availability. Each room starts off with stealth mode to give the player time to strategize how they want to approach each group of enemies, and every completed room grants you either a weapon, item upgrade, or perk to keep the action evolving. You also get a break every 4 to 5 rooms in the safe zone to buy health, weapons, upgrades, or save your progress for later. The weapons selection is varied and a lot of fun. So far, I've been rocking the Tempest heavy machine gun, stacked with a 200% magazine upgrade, if I can find it. Sometimes you get a really strong run going where you feel invincible, and others make you feel the pain. But in either case, you'll run again and again. The soundtrack is solid with beats reminding me of Tron Legacy and John Wick. Every moment is filled with energy, and the enemy sound design is fantastic. Unique audio cues for each enemy class is something I'm very familiar and appreciative with, coming from Left 4 Dead, and it really helps to know what's coming around the corner. I can't recommend Deadzone Rogue enough for the Nintendo Switch 2. For $24.99, you get an incredible amount of value, replayability, and multiplayer fun. So yeah, that's some of my thoughts on Deadzone Rogue for Nintendo Switch 2, a game I am highly enjoying and I highly recommend you check out. I'm hopefully going to be covering some of my other backlog games, including Donkey Kong, and I have some WWE 2K26 content on the way as I get some of the Creation Suite done. So keep an eye out for more retro tech. Have a good one, everybody. Bye.